Hi, I'm Rollie Williams and I am your average pool player, but this is Florian Kohler and he is your well above average trick shot shooter.
Today I'm going to coach Rollie on 5 Efren Reyes trick shots and I'm sure he's going to make them.
Love your confidence, Florian. Normally we just do one, but because I've got an expert here, he's going to coach me through all the steps of the process and I'm going to get it done in lightning speed. So let's get started. This first Efren trick shot is pretty radical. Here he has the cue balls in the jaws of the pocket and he's fenced in on all sides by other balls. So he drills into the corner of the pocket, which pops the cue ball up and over the other balls around 3 rails to hit the 1 into the 9 into the pocket. It's a really flashy shot and the crowd understandably goes nuts, so let's give it a go. My first try is bad. It doesn't catch any air, it just plows through the other balls, but somehow it finds its path to the 1 ball. It obviously doesn't count, but it's better than if I hadn't made it. Florian steps in to try it out to make sure he knows what the trick is, and makes it on the first try, proving again that this is the dude you want to have around when you're trying to recreate trick shots. Here is his diagnosis of the shot.
Aim to have the quarter edge of the cue ball. So basically only a quarter of the edge of the cue ball is in points. That means 3/4 of your ball outside.
Okay.
Top, left, and a good stroke because it's got to follow. So more, yeah. More than that? Yeah. I know it's weird.
Right away, a huge improvement. You can tell because I didn't hit the cue ball straight into all of the balls. By using top left and hitting it hard at a downward angle, I'm giving the cue ball a little bit of a bounce, kind of like a micro jump shot. The point of the pocket then magnifies the jump like a trampoline because the cue ball is hitting above the rail at an angle instead of straight on. I went around the 3 rails like I wanted to, but then I hit too high up on the long rail. Ordinarily, I would have experimented with hitting it harder or softer, but Florian, how do I put this? He's a lot smarter than me, so he had some better advice.
Too short. You could aim fuller a bit. So
Fuller
more
into the corner?
Fuller into the corner, but just a tad, not much. You almost got it.
Hitting the point a little fuller will shorten the angle and send the cue ball closer to the far corner pocket before coming around the 3 rails. So I make the adjustment and... That was easier than it usually is.
There we go. Like a trick shot guy.
Yeah, look at me. Okay, 1 shot down. This next Efren shot is this nice little draw where he hits the 1 ball almost completely straight into the upper left-hand corner, travels forward just a little bit, and then draws straight back to sink the 9 ball in the lower left corner in the same shot. It's cool to see the cue ball completely orbit the interfering ball, and I don't totally understand how it doesn't clock the 8 on the way by, but let's give it a shot. My first attempt, I try a fairly level cue, a good amount of draw, and nope. Florian jumps in to get a feel for the shot, and he overdraws it, which I didn't even think was possible. He tries it again, nails it. His advice this time was much simpler. Forget the 9, just aim completely full, and focus on really getting through the cue ball as low, level, and smooth a stroke as possible. And kiss my grits, it worked.
2 tries.
I'll take a lucky day, baby. Shot number 3 is a sort of masse kick shot, where Efren hits the cue ball into the left rail, but it's got so much masse spin that it bounces off, and then the spin pulls it back toward the rail, making the balls in the corner. Now this shot probably would have been a lot harder for me, but Florian just taught me how to properly masse a ball a day before. Watch that video if you want to see that happen, link in the whatever. This shot was a little different for me because I'd never massed a ball into a rail, but the principle seemed pretty similar. Attempt number 1 has the right look, but I hit it way too far towards the top of the cue ball, which resulted in not enough spin. But Florian had a little confidence in me, and instead of jumping in, he just had me reshoot the shot with more left. So for shot number 2, I was home free. No. Okay, so we had the same problem the day before, and I learned this very valuable lesson.
Now I see you're going a lot on backspin. You want to be right here.
Oh,
you don't need any backspin, really. It's just a side spin shot.
Now this is interesting because every masse that I've hit, I always think, oh, hit it with backspin. I don't know why. I don't have to hit this with any backspin at all.
Not really, because the side spin would be enough because you're not trying to really make the cue ball come back to you. You're just trying to make it turn, right?
Yeah. Masse shots don't need backspin. Even though something in my brain says I need to hit the bottom of the ball, I can actually just hit the far left side. So on shot number 3, I just hit it on the far left side of the ball with no backspin and...
Yeah! Is that right?
Great. All right, let's move on.
Now, I am something of a completist, so I did make Florian jump in there and do the shot himself. But what are the chances that he's gonna do it way, way better than me?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, that was pretty good, I guess. All right, well, 3 down, 2 to go. Shot number 4 is a genuine old school Efren trick shot, and it's from this TV show where apparently Efren just goes buck wild and a studio audience freaks out. And I would watch that show every day. Here it is. Okay, let's see that again. The 1 ball and the 2 ball are frozen to each other in the middle of the table. The 4 ball is hanging over the side pocket and the 3 ball is frozen next to it. Efren hits the 1 ball, which sends the 2 into the side, and the rebounding cue ball hits the 3 ball. The 3 ball hits the 4 into the side and then goes down into the corner pocket where it is joined by a slowly drifting 1 ball. Then Efren drops one of the most impressive victory dances of all time. Now obviously, the dance part is way above my skill level, but the shot part seems more doable. Let's go. Right off the bat, I assume this shot would be on the easier side since I just have to line the balls up with the pockets. This turned out to not be the case at all.
1 out of 4. Okay.
Okay, we spend a little bit more time setting everything up, but Florian jumps in to explain some preliminary problems with my setup.
Tangent wants to be here, because that's the only way to the pocket.
Yeah.
So if anything, it's got to be angled more this way, and yours was angled this way. So that's wrong. So you're always the middle of the balls, right?
Right.
Now the tangent to the 1 is somewhere there, right? Approximately.
Yeah.
So let's start with that. Now we're gonna move the tangent, obviously, and now the 2 is looking a little off too.
Attempt number 2, blew it again. Okay, this is gonna be a little harder. And even though Florian knows exactly how to do the shot and he sets it up carefully, any ball out of alignment even a little bit means the shot is not gonna work.
Oh! Hold it. I know. Yeah. So now we gotta move the entire thing again.
But since he knows how to adjust after tinkering a little bit, he's able to nail it. Attempt number 3, I just used the exact same setup Florian had, which feels a little bit like cheating, but that's kind of the whole point of the video, and if you don't like it, you can go and cry to your mama. And I hope your mama has room for 2, because even with the corrected setup, I missed the 3 and the 4 balls entirely. So for attempt number 4, Papa Florian just sets it up for me. Closer, but now the 1 ball isn't going into the corner anymore. If we overlay the shot where I made the 1 with the shot where I just missed it, you can see a 1/4 of an inch change in the position ruins the shot. Which would have been good to know for shot 5, but since I'm obviously doing these videos afterwards, I missed the 1 ball short again. Also, I missed the 3 ball. Also, I scratched the cue ball. And here I thought I was doing pretty good. Shot 6, I get the 3 and the 4 again, but I'm still missing that 1 ball short because I'm setting up just a hair too close to the near side of the table. Same with shot 7.
Come on. Oh! You.
Move it a little more.
Finally, Florian points out that my 1 ball has been missing most of the time and that the tangent line is just a little short, so for shot 8, I set up a hair further out and...
Oh yeah.
got it!
Oh!
Okay, the dance. Attempt number 1. I'm just messing with you. Why don't they have that show on anymore? The final shot is one of my favorite Efren trick shots because it's a nice little bait and switch and you get to hit it hard. Instead of brushing the ball into the obvious corner, he blasts it to the opposite side corner and uses the more obvious pocket to rattle the cue ball to keep it from double kissing. Here's my first attempt. No, I hit it too full and the cue ball just flies into the side pocket.
It's probably a little left.
Attempt 2, Florian has me add a little low left to the mix to get the 9 ball to track more towards the corner, and the left spin pulls the cue ball into the corner pocket for scratch number 2. I tried one more time with just low and I get a little closer, but the rebounding cue ball hits my stick and that's scratch number 3. Florian jumps in and uses just draw and nails it. And as if out of solidarity, the cue ball goes in too. But it had that critical corner pocket rattle and the rest of the shot worked, so that's good enough for me. Attempt 4, I hit it too full, and I end up almost pocketing the 9 in the near corner before scratching for the 4th time in a row. Florian's advice was the same, I just gotta hit it thinner. And this time, although it looked like I totally beefed it, I actually hit just a millimeter too thick on the 9 ball and double kissed it. Slowing it down, you can see the 9 ball almost taking off in the right direction before being absolutely assaulted by the cue ball. Shot 6, I hit it just a little bit thinner and Gotti! The 9 ball goes in, the cue ball rattles and then comes out and goes up table. And that's 5. Special thanks to Florian, Venom, Kohler for helping me do these in a fraction of the time it would have taken me without any help. I hope you enjoyed all these. If you want to see some more, check out Florian's channel on YouTube and Facebook. Go ahead and subscribe to Kamui Brand's YouTube channel and also the Rollie Williams YouTube channel where I take lessons and generally make this kind of video, or don't do any of those. My God, you've already done me a huge favor by watching this video. You know what? Why don't you tell me a video you like me to watch as a favor to you, and I'll see what I can do. I can't promise I'll try, but I will try to try. That's all for now. Bye.